welcome everybody. It's good to be here. Excited to be here to talk with you about U.S. taxation of foreign trusts and the reporting requirements. So there's our disclaimer really quickly. But today I will be presenting and also Beatrice Schreiber. So just a quick introduction to the both of us. Beatrice and I both are part of Bailey's International Tax Group, and I oversee the individual side of the International Tax Group within Bailey, and how individuals go cross-border. And Beatrice oversees the portion of our practice in international trust and estate work, and so I work a lot with Beatrice as individuals dive into trust and estate. And so Beatrice and I have been working for several years together, and so I'm really pleased to have Beatrice here because she is a thought leader in this industry and has just immense knowledge in this area, and so it'll be good to hear from her today. So the purpose of, or basically, foreign trusts have been, for a long time, a good tool for people to use for estate planning, especially with individuals with global estates, and it allows for a lot of useful planning and optimization of estate taxes, global estates and things like that. So, however, a lot of the foreign trusts has come under a lot of IRS scrutiny. IRS has also increased a lot of the reporting obligations around anything international related, especially in the trust world. Because a lot of times I think the IRS views a lot of this as people trying to conceal assets and hide assets and trying to practice tax evasion. So as a result, the IRS put in a lot of rules and laws around this. What this means is it's still a good tool to use, foreign trust, and for estate purposes and just having foreign trust. But what it means is tax practitioners and even individuals owning or in trustees of foreign trusts need to be very careful. They need to understand the rules and laws. They're complex, and so we just need to really kind of be aware of those rules and laws, and in order to benefit from having a foreign trust. Today's topics we're going to cover are outlined here. So we're going to talk about the difference between a foreign trust and a domestic trust. When I say foreign trust, and I'm going to just preface this right up front, I mean non-U.S. trust, and domestic trust is a U.S. trust. So what are their roles? We're going to talk about what are the different reporting obligations and different things around them, around the trustees, grantors, and beneficiaries of trusts. With that being said, we're going to dive into our first topic, talking about the foreign trust versus domestic trust. And I'll turn some time over to Beatrice.
Thank you, Jared. And now I will talk about the difference between a foreign trust and a domestic trust. Before we take a really deep dive into the analysis of reporting obligations and laws and regulations governing trust area, we have to make sure that we are dealing with a trust. Back then, decades ago, when I deal with domestic trust, I never question myself, am I dealing with a trust? Because back then I'm mostly dealing with traditional A and B mom and pop trust. It is called a trust, so I read the trust document, it is trust. I never had that second thought. But when you step into the international arena, you will see different structures from different countries and jurisdictions, and then there might be trust that is called trust, but it's not really a trust for U.S. Tax purpose. For example, the famous Mexico land trust, the fideicomiso, and in revenue ruling in 2013, and then IRS clearly indicated this is not a trust for U.S. tax purpose. And also, for example, in France, trusts are institutions that do not exist in French law. However, French law created a new institution that is called a fiducie, and then that is not really a trust for French reporting purpose, but it is a trust for U.S. tax reporting purpose. Another example from Australia is their famous Australia, their mutual fund trust, their real estate investment fund trust. Those are not trust, even they are called trust. Those are actually foreign PFIC, something called PFIC, foreign investment company, and passive foreign investment company. So vice versa, there are structures that from outside the United States that are not called the trust, but U.S. tax law call them trust. For example, the most frequent mistake we made is sometimes we get the pension, foreign pension, because foreign pension, they are not qualified pension for U.S. tax purpose. Most likely U.S. tax law will call them a foreign grantor trust. So we have to apply those foreign trust reporting on a foreign pension. And unless IRS clearly exempt those foreign pensions, such saving plans, such as Canadian Registered Retirement Saving Plan, we have to report them as if they're foreign grantor trust. So before we decide to make analysis what kind of trust it is, we have to make sure, especially for structure from overseas, we have to make sure we are indeed dealing with a trust. And country by country, case by case approach is highly encouraged.